Welcome to Crooked Yoga. My name is Hannah. This is Bella. She's sort of my sidekick for yoga. And I think this is now episode 8, which means it's been at least 8 weeks since I practiced with you in person. I hope that you're doing well, staying sane, safe, healthy, and doing more yoga than I've been doing. Anyway, glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to start in a comfortable seat. You place one hand to your inner thigh, one hand to your outer thigh, and move your inner thigh down and back. Do the same thing second side. And then behind your sit bones, which is the bony part of your seat, you can pull back. And that just gets you a little more connected to the ground beneath you. Place your hands to your thighs. You can do palms down or palms up. Sit tall in your spine and either lower your gaze or softly close your eyes. Take a moment to just breathe. Practicing at home or outside of the studio space presents its own individual challenges. Things like pets, kids, roommates, partners, chores. There's 1,000,001 reasons to not practice. And if you're sitting here right now, it's because you've chosen to practice. Honor your commitment for showing up. In my experience, the showing up is much more important than the way that things go in the next 30 to 40 minutes. The doing of the thing, not the perfection of the thing, is one of the real lessons of this practice. You can keep your hands as they are, or as a gesture of centering, place your palms together in front of your heart. Be sure you're still sitting tall. Lift your chest. If your thumbs are there, push your sternum into your thumbs. Lift your chin slightly and extend through the crown of your head. Settle into your body, settle into your breath. Stay as you are, or as a way to turn slightly inward, you can bow your chin toward your hands. Honoring yourself, your commitment to being here, but also detaching from the results of the next little bit. Gently release your hands, open your eyes. Begin on hands and knees, please. Tabletop position. I guess this is where she will be for the rest of class. Scooch. Bring your knees hip width apart. Place your hands a little wider than your shoulders. Spread your fingers and turn your index fingers straight ahead. That's going to help support your wrists. Grip the floor with your hands. Squeeze your forearms in, tone your abdomen in, and take an inhale. Exhale, round your spine, cat pose. Inhale, lift your chest, your chin to a slight back bend for cow pose. Keep moving like this. And connect your movement with breath. In the very near future, there will be some modified sun salutations. And each motion is a half breath, which means that you'll do one thing with an inhale, one thing with your exhale, so on and so forth. Come back to a neutral spine, bring your big toes together, your knees a little wider than your hips, and sit back for child's pose. Draw your hands out in front of you and lower your forehead to the floor, a blanket or a block. Breathe naturally and evenly. One of the benefits of moving with a half breath is not only does it connect you with your breath, but it can help move things through. Shape shift to state shift. Additionally, it's an opportunity to let go of any attachment of how well you're doing, because there's just simply not time. It's about getting in the pose, doing your best, and trusting that with each half breath, you can continue to do that. You can choose to show up well. Then make your way back to hands and knees, please. Then turn your hands, you've got two options. Turn your hands out to the side so your thumbs point forward, or turn your hands back so that your fingers point towards your knees. We're gonna stretch out the wrists and the forearms. Be sure that your hands didn't narrow in this process and that your fingers are still spread. If this is too much, you can walk your knees forward and that will decrease the angle of your wrists. Grip the floor with your hands. If there's pain on the inside of your elbows, bend your elbows slightly. But in all cases, tone your abdomen in towards your spine and stretch your chest as if through your upper arms. Okay, turn your hands back around. Again, separate your fingers wide as they'll go, and turn your index fingers to point straight ahead, keeping that. Walk your knees back about 6 to 8 inches, and for downward facing dog, curl your toes under, lift your hips up to milk. Now for this first down dog, you can bring any type of movement that you wish. You can bend one knee, sink to your opposite heel. You can move your heels and your hips side to side. But in all cases, grip the floor with your hands like you're palming a basketball and push your index knuckles down. Push from your shoulders into your hands and stretch your hips back and the backs of your thighs back. Living in Arizona and practicing outside means every day is hot yoga. Some days I like it better than others. Lift your gaze toward your hands. Step, hop, tiptoe, whatever you prefer. Your feet to your hands. And then fold over your legs at the front of your mat. Turn your big toes to point straight ahead. Bend your knees enough until your ribs and thighs are in contact. With your fingers out in front of you or down outside of your feet, look down or in. Keeping your ribs and thighs touching, do or don't begin to lift your hips. So the aim of the game is ribs, thighs together, hips high, rather than legs straight. Place your hands to your hips. Tone your abdomen in, and with your inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, lower your arms by your sides. For the duration of the next, little bit, you'll stay facing forward, but I will turn to face you at times. Inhale, lift your arms out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, lower your arms out and down. That's it. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, arms out and down. Keep going. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms down, Tadasana. At the top, you can place your palms together. And at the top, no matter what, tone your abdomen in and move your ribs slightly back. The next time you lower your arms by your sides, you're done. Tadasana, mountain pose. We're adding on. Inhale, lift your arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And with your next inhale, place your hands to your shins or the floor, lift and extend, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, fold. Keep moving through Ardha Uttanasana, Uttanasana. I'm also no Sanskrit expert, by the way. So if you know Sanskrit better than me and I'm saying it wrong, it's because you know it better than me. The next time you fold, you're done. Place your hands to your hips again. With your inhale, stand up, Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to put it together. Inhale, lift your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and extend, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, step back, plank pose with your knees on or off the floor. And like your down dog, grip the floor with your fingertips. Tone your abdomen and take an inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Uncurl your toes. Slide your hands back slightly. Squeeze your shoulders on your back, and with your inhale, lift your head and chest up for Cobra Pose. Push your feet down, tailbone down, abdomen in. Drag your hands back. Move your shoulders back and extend your chest forward, and then tip it up slightly. Lift your chin and extend through the base of your skull. Take an inhale, get brighter. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up, plank pose. Exhale, hips back down. The next couple rounds, we'll move a little faster. Inhale, look toward your hands. At the end of your exhale, step or hop your feet forward, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and extend, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. All right. Each movement, add a half breath. Inhale, lift your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and extend, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank, knees on or off the floor. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. If up dog's in your practice, that's fine. Exhale, lower down, down dog. Take 3 breaths in your down dog. And if you breathe a different pace than me, move at your pace, rather than trying to stick with me. At the end of your next exhale, step or hop your feet forward. Fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and extend, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. One more time. Inhale, lift your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, plank pose, knees on or off the floor. Exhale through Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower down. Inhale, lift up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 even breaths in your down dog. At the end of your third exhale, step or hop your feet forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, stand up, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. All right, adding on. Inhale, lift your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Knees on or off the floor. Exhale, Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. This time, inhale, step your right foot forward. Lower your back knee to the floor. Place your hands to your hips and lift your torso. Squeeze your shoulders in, press your hands down, and with your inhale, lift. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor, down dog. These are modified sun salutations, so this is not classical. Step your left foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee to the floor. Place your hands to your hips, lift your torso. Squeeze your legs in. Press your hands down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lower your hands down dog. Inhale, plank pose, knees on or off the floor. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths in your down dog. After your third exhale, step or hop your feet forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. Between sets, we'll do a crescent pose. Stand with your feet together, please. Place your hands on your hips. Point your elbows back, squeeze your shoulders in. Then lift your left arm to the left. Turn your inner shoulder, that's right by the front of your armpit, towards your outer shoulder, that's your shoulder blade, until your palm turns up. Extend your arm overhead. Press your right hand down, stretch up through your left arm, and then lean your torso to the right. Squeeze your legs in, squeeze your right shoulder in, tone your abdomen in, and turn in your chest a little to the left. Push your left foot down and stretch through your left fingertips. Inhale, lift back up, mountain pose. Place your hands to your hips again, squeeze elbows and shoulders in. Reach your right arm to the right. Turn from your inner shoulder towards your outer shoulder to turn your right palm up, and then lift your arms overhead. Push your left hand down, stretch your right arm up, and then lean. Squeeze your legs in. Squeeze your left shoulder in. Tone your abdomen and lift your chest, lift your chin. Push through your right foot and stretch through your right fingers. Come up, mountain pose. Inhale, lift your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back plank, knees on or off the floor. Exhale, lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana, and inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, high lunge. This is back heel lifted for this one. Exhale, hands down, down dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Lift your torso, arms up, high lunge. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose, knees on or off the floor. Exhale through Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Inhale up, Cobra, that's Bhujangasana. Or upward facing dog. Which I can't remember now. Exhale, down dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Take a few breaths in your down dog. On the end of your third exhale, step or hop your feet forward. Fold over your legs. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. Bring your feet together. Inhale, lift your arms up again. Take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Turn your left palm in. Lean into your heels, stretch up, and lean right. Press your tailbone and abdomen in. Move your right shoulder more forward. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Push with your left foot and pull with your right hand. Come back up. Keep your arms up, switch sides, hold your right wrist, right palm in, stretch it. Lean into your heels, lean your torso to the left. Press your tailbone and abdomen in. Move your left shoulder more forward. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Push your right foot down and with your left hand pull. Come back up, stretch up, lower your arms by your sides, mountain pose. Okay, adding on. Inhale, lift your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and extend, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, step back, plank, knees on or off the floor. Exhale, lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift up, Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee to the floor, place your hands on your hips again. So this one will be a little bit more time than a half breath. Keep your hands on your hips, elbows bent or behind your low back, interlace your hands. Squeeze your shoulders on your back. Do or don't, begin to straighten your arms. As if your hands were still on your hips, squeeze your legs and lift your chest, and then do or don't, sit your hips down and forward. Inhale, get right through your chest. Exhale, release your hands, down dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Lower your back knee to the floor, place your hands on your hips, lift your torso. Keep your hands on your hips or behind your low back, interlace your hands. Squeeze your shoulders on your back, do or don't, begin to straighten your arms. Squeeze your back knee, front heel toward each other. As if your hands are on your hips, lengthen your spine and push from your hips through your feet. With your inhale, get bigger, get brighter in your chest. With your exhale, lower your hands, down dog. Inhale, plank pose, knees on or off the floor. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up, Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a few breaths here. On the end of your third exhale, step or hop your feet forward. Fold over your legs. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. Inhale, lift your arms overhead, feet together. This time, take hold of your left upper arm with your right hand. If that doesn't work, you can hold your wrist again. Lean back into your heels, move your ribs in, stretch up. Lean to the right. Press your tailbone and abdomen in. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Push into your left foot and with your right hand, pull. Lift back up. Straighten your right arm. Hold your right upper arm with your left hand or hold your right wrist. Lean back into your heels, move your ribs in. Inhale, stretch it. Exhale, lean to the left. Tone your abdomen in. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Push your right foot down and with your left hand pull. Come back up. Lower your arms down, mountain pose. Last sun salutation variation. Inhale, lift your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and extend, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back, plank, knees on or off the floor. Exhale through Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Inhale, lift up Cobra Pose or Up Dog. Exhale, down dog. This time it's Warrior One or High Lunge. Step your right foot forward on your inhale. Turn your back heel down, lift your torso up, arms up. Exhale, lower your hands down, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, back heel down, torso up, hands together or not. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Everybody lower your knees to the floor, child's pose. Gently walk your hands in. Help yourself to a seat. Bring your feet out in front of you. Lean back into your sit bones and hold the backs of your thighs. Lift your chest, tone your abdomen in. Stay here for boat pose Navasana. Lift your shins parallel to the floor. Stay here, straighten your arms. Keep moving your low back in a little. Stay here, begin to straighten your legs. Tone your abdomen in, lift your chest. Breathe evenly or as evenly as possible. All right, rebend your knees if they're straight. Stay balanced on your sit bones and lean into your right hip. Then bike with your legs, swim with your arms, but go slow. These are called cosmic abs. Move to your left hip. So it's a bit of a twist and a lot of core. Move from side to side freely, and it's way more awkward without music. But the good news is maybe nobody can see you. Except your pets, your kids, your partners, your roommates. The next time you're on your left hip, you're done. Come back to center. Place your feet to the floor. Hold the fronts of your shins with your hands and inhale, lengthen. Help yourself to hands and knees, please. Now the stages are sort of built into this one. So you can stay either in a garland squat, in a pose that's called toe breaker cat, which sounds scarier than it is, or Bakasana, which is crow pose. Widen your knees like you were gonna do to child's pose. Curl your toes under, but bring your inner feet and heels together. Coffee break. Have a seat on your heels. Then roll over your toes, lift your knees, so that now your torso is inside of your thighs. Widen your knees so that your ribs fit in the middle of them, and keep your arms extended out in front of you. Gently lift your shoulders, push your hands down and forward. You can hold the sides of your mat and actually do that too, and reach your heels toward the floor. You can stay here, you can come out whenever you need to. Otherwise, come out the way you came in, lower your knees back to the floor. Keep your inner feet together, your knees still like they would be for a child's pose. Then place the pulse points of your wrists right where your arm turns into your hand. Put that right in front of your knees. Like your down dog, spread your fingers, turn your index fingers forward, and be sure that your hands are slightly wider but not much wider than your shoulders. Sorry, I have to adjust. Look down or a little forward. Tone your abdomen in. Like cat pose, push from your shoulders into your hands. Tone your abdomen up towards your spine. Squeeze your inner feet together, reach your inner heels back. The cat pose comes from your upper back. The toe breaker part of this pose comes from your feet. I'm sure that's very clear at this point. Stay here, or like you were gonna do a squat again, push into your hands, lift your knees up, roll towards your heels, and this time, work your outer upper arms under your shins. Place your hands like you had them for toe breaker cat. Fingers wide, index fingers forward, and then listen closely. Lift your heels. Heels, not hips. Then lean forward like a little hovercraft to move your weight into your hands and lift one or both feet up. If both feet are lifted, bring your inner feet together like you did in your toe breaker cat. Squeeze your legs in, lift your shoulders, stretch your chest forward. Maybe move towards straight arms. Straight arms will not happen if your hips are super high. Lower down. Have a seat. Shake out your wrists. Place your feet to the floor in front of you. Hold the fronts of your shins. Lift your chest. Okay, down dog, please. Step your right foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee to the floor. So this twisted monkey lunge, turn your right foot and knee open at a slight angle, about 30 degrees, and walk your left hand out and forward a few inches. Twist in your upper body to the right and extend your top arm up. You can stay here, or bend your back knee, catch your back foot with your top hand, and move your butt back to meet your heel. At some point, your heel and hip will touch, and then move your hips down and forward. Pro tip, if you just bring your heel in, it might not touch your hip. That's why butt back is important. Squeeze your back knee toward your front heel, press your tailbone in. Move your shoulders back like when your hands were bound and turn across your chest. Gently release your back foot. Lower both hands to the floor inside of your front foot and turn your toes to point straight ahead again. Then begin to crawl your toes forward, Begin to shift your hips back until your front leg moves towards straight and flex your right foot. Hands inside of your front foot is going to give you a little more room in this pose. You can also narrow your right foot and bring your right hand to the other side. Dig your right hand down, squeeze your inner thighs in. Stretch your chest forward. And if you can maintain this length and extension in your spine, similar to your Ardha Uttanasana, if you can keep that, feel free to fold forward. Rebend your front knee, slide your heel back. Down dog. Step your left foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee to the floor. My back's gonna be turned to you, but I'm gonna try to be loud. Turn your left toes and knee out at about a 30-degree angle. Widen your right hand out and a little forward. Lean into your right hand, twist left, extend your top arm up. Or bend your back knee and hold your back foot with your top hand. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Release your back foot. Lower your left hand to the floor inside of your front foot and turn your left foot forward. Crawl your left toes forward. Shift your hips back until your front leg gets straight or in the direction of straight, and flex your left foot. Okay, you can narrow your left foot a little bit and bring your left hand outside of your foot. That's going to make this a little more challenging. Dig your left heel down, squeeze your thighs in. Stretch your chest forward like your Ardha Uttanasana. Stay here, or if you can maintain the length in your spine, fold forward. I even like to walk my hands out a little bit. Walk your hands back in. Step back down. Step your right foot in between your hands. Down dog lunge, turn your back heel to the floor. Line up your front heel with the middle of your back arch and place your hands inside of your front foot. Wrist under shoulders is fine, or walk your hands forward and a little to the left. Okay, squeeze your right heel towards your back inner arch. Then move, it's a great vantage point that you've got here. Move your right outer hip down toward the floor until your knee widens. Keep your right inner foot on the floor though. Press your tailbone in, tone your lowest belly in like a cat pose, and then like your down dog, push from your shoulders into your hands. Walk your hands back in. Down dog. Step your left foot in between your hands. Turn your back heel to the floor and line up your back heel with front heel, middle of back arch, hands inside of your front foot. Wrists under shoulders is great, or walk your hands forward and a little to the right. Squeeze your front heel back arch toward each other and pull power up into your legs. Move your left outer hip down toward the floor. It's an external rotation of your thigh bone and your hip socket. Do that until your knee widens. So the action is actually from your hip, not your knee. Turn your lowest belly in and push with your hands. Walk your hands back in. Down dog. Lower your knees to the floor. 2 variations of camel pose. You can start with your feet however you like. I feel a little more stable with my toes curled under. We're all going to do hands on hips as the first version, then potentially hands on feet. Place your hands to your hips. Just like you did in your monkey lunge, your low lunge from earlier. Adjustments. Place your hands on your hips, point your elbows back. Press your hands down and use the press of your hands to lengthen your spine up, lift your chest. Then think more up than back, because it's the up that's going to keep you out of your low back, and it's also going to make your back bend more even. Push your hands down, move your shoulders, and lift your chest. Squeeze your thighs and abs in, lift your chest, and use the lift of your chest to take you back. Keep your hands on your hips and only go so far as your forearms are parallel to the floor, which is a little bit of a guesswork. Squeeze your thighs, push your hands, lift your chest. Come back up. Uncurl your toes, have a seat on your heels. Place your hands to the tops of your thighs. Soften the features of your face. Lift back up. One thing to note is that the place that is the least stable for this is in the transition. Because when you have your hands on your hips, you can help support your back with your arms. When you have your hands on your feet, you can help support your back with your arms. So in the transition, be really strong in your core and really strong in your legs. Toes curled under is going to give you a little more height in this pose. That's where I'm going to start. Place your hands on your hips. Point your elbows back, shoulders in, and again, push your hands down, lift your chest up. Keep lifting your chest up, 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 up. I've never pole vaulted, but that's what I think about, is like getting up, 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 up to go back and over. Squeeze your thighs and abs in. Really, really strong for the transition. Stay here or place your hands to your feet. Squeeze your thighs and abs in, then move your hips forward. Push your hands down, lift your chest higher than your shoulders. You can also be on the tops of your feet, hands to soles of feet. Look forward, up, or back only if you know that your neck can support you. And even if you're moving your head back, keep extending the back of your skull. Transition, squeeze your legs in, abdomen in. Place your hands to your hips. Push your hands down, lift up, have a seat on your heels. So your hips to the left of your feet. Place your right ankle into the arch of your left foot. Bring your left hand to the floor behind your hips. Bring your right hand to your outer left leg. Lengthen your spine, sit tall, and then twist in your upper body to the left. Lift your chin so that your jawline is parallel to the floor, and look over your right shoulder. It's opposite of most twists. This is the classical variation per BKS Iyengar's Light on Yoga. Move your right hip back. Keep lengthening your spine. And turn your chest and your gaze in opposite directions. Chilean twist. Move your hips up and over to the right. Place your left ankle into the arch of your right foot and bring your right hand behind you. Place your left hand to your outer right leg. This is a variation on this pose, so really the only thing that's classical is the gaze and the legs. Lift your spine, lengthen. Twist in your upper body to the right. Lift your chin so your jawline is parallel to the floor and look over your left shoulder toward the top of your mat if you're sitting in the same way I am. Move your left hip back, abdomen in, and then go for length again. Chilean twist. yourself back to an upright kneeling position. And if you have a block or something block-like, have that with you. Upright kneeling position means standing on your knees. This time face the long edge of your mat. With your block in your right hand, kick your right foot to the right. Dig your heel down, point your toes up, keep hold of your block, and line up your heel with your knee. It's a pose called gatekeeper. Bring your block or your hand to the floor inside of your front leg and place your left hand to your hip. Dig your right heel down, squeeze your right heel in, and then turn in your chest to the left. Stay here, swing your left arm in line with your ear and turn your palm down like your crescent. Press your tailbone and abdomen in. Move your right hip, your front hip more forward and turn in your chest to the left. If you maintain all of that and move to a lower height on your block, feel free. But stretch through your left fingers like you had hold of your wrist. Take your block with you, stand up. Bring your knee in. Kick your left foot off to the left. With your block in your left hand, place your hand or block to the floor inside of your front leg on the height that you started on. Place your right hand to your hip. Dig your left heel down. Dig your left heel back. Turn in your chest to the right. Stay here to extend your top arm in line with your ear and turn your palm toward the floor. Move your left hip forward, left shoulder back, and then keep turning in your chest. Press your tailbone and abdomen in, and like you had hold of your wrist, stretch through your top fingers. Take your block with you, stand up. Bring your knee in. Have a seat, please. And extend your legs out in front of you. One at a time, move your hips back, as if you could shorten your legs. Move your thighs out, just like you did way, way early on in class. Then underneath your sit bones, pull back. Sound effects help. Place your hands next to your hips. Quarantine has made me even weirder. Lengthen your spine. Stay here, or fold forward, hold your calves, your ankles, your feet, and like your Ardha Uttanasana, in fact, it's the same pose but turned on your legs, lift and extend your chest. With your spine extended, there's less risk in your low back. So stay here or fold, and if when you fold, your ribs come up away from your thighs, bend your knees. Then lengthen your spine again. If you can bring your ribs and thighs together with straight legs and fold over your legs, that's fine with me too. Fine with me is less important than what's fine with your back. Keep hold of whatever you got. Inhale, lift, and extend. Exhale, sit up. Lay down on your back, please. And when you get there, bend your knees, place your feet to the floor. We already did the big back bend. Walk your heels towards your hips. Bring your forearms perpendicular to the floor, upright, vertical. Vertical is the word I'm looking for. But move your shoulder blades in. So you're pushing into your upper arms to lift your chest. This might feel like enough for your back. In fact, this feels really good for me. So you can stay here, or you can lift your hips up. It's less about hips up and more about length for this particular one. Keep looking straight up. If you need to look at the screen, lower down first. Squeeze your heels back toward your shoulders. Stretch your thighs out. Push your upper arms down, and again, lift your chest. Gently lower your hips. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Stay here, come back here, or draw your knees in. Interlace your hands behind your left thigh or around the front of your left shin. And to stabilize your right knee, flex your right foot and spread your toes. Gently release your legs. Switch sides. Left ankle over right thigh. Draw your legs in. Excuse me. Stabilize your left knee. Flex your left foot. Spread your toes. Use your arms to draw your legs in and use your breath to soften. Gently release. Reach your arms off to the sides. You can do like a capital T or with elbows bent like a goalpost or a saguaro cactus. Sort of depends on the region you're in. Widen your feet slightly and then move your knees side to side like windshield wipers. Pick a speed that feels good on your low back and your hips. Come back to center, draw your knees in. Hold the fronts of your shins with your hands, draw your legs in and allow your low back to round. You can roll side to side or be still. Gently release your legs. Settle in for your Shavasana. You can rest with legs straight, knees bent. You can also do legs up the wall or put something underneath your knees to help support your low back. Allow your body to be held by the floor underneath you. Soften in your face so much that your skin releases and your eyes even get heavier in their sockets. The way for them to get heavier is to soften around your eyelids, around the muscles of your eyes. Allow your mouth to be softly open to release your jaw. Stay here and extend your Shavasana a little longer. Or if you're ready, slowly deepen your breath. Begin to bring small movement back into your body. One at a time, bend your knees and roll to one side. In your own way, your own time, gently help yourself back to a seated position. Place your hands to your thighs or place your palms together in front of your heart. In deep reverence and respect to you, each other, and this practice that ties us together, keeps us connected even when we're apart. Namaste. Thank you all so much again for tuning in. I miss seeing you in person, but this is still a nice way to keep a regular routine. So thanks for being here.